Now, the judge is summing up in the murder trial of 26-year-old Ali Harbi Ali, accused of killing the Tory MP Sir David Amess last October.
Well, our Home and Security editor, Mark White, is with us now. Thank you very much, Mark, outside the Old Bailey, live for us today. What can you tell us, please?
Well, things moving a bit faster than we had initially thought. We thought that the trial could go into tomorrow before we see the jury heading out, but it now looks like the jury could be heading out as soon as lunchtime today. We are at the stage now where the judge has begun summing up. Now, we were told that the prosecution had a closing statement to read out, a short one. Now, we don't know, given that the judge has begun summing up, which normally comes last in the process here, whether he will actually break and allow the prosecution to give their closing argument, or whether they just skipped right to the end. Either way, it's moving fairly quickly. With regard to what the judge has been saying to the jury, he's obviously reinforcing to them that they need to decide this case on the evidence that has been put before them. Ali Harbi Ali faces two counts. One count of murdering Sir David Amess on the 15th of October last year, as he held that regular constituency surgery at this Baptist church in Leigh-on-Sea in Essex. Also charged with preparing acts of terrorism, in other words, a terrorist plot. Now, he gave evidence himself in the middle of last week. 80 minutes he was in the witness box giving his evidence, and during that process he admitted to stabbing Sir David Amess to death. He said that he did not regret that action, that he would do it again, and that the reason he had done it was to protect Muslims. It was, he said, because of Sir David Amess's voting rights on issues such as the bombing of Syria. In his evidence, he said, "I decided to do it because I felt that if I could kill someone who made decisions to kill Muslims, it could prevent further harm to those Muslims." He, Sir David, voted previously in Parliament, not just him. "I decided if I couldn't make hijrah, in other words, travel to Syria to join up with Islamic State, if I couldn't help the Muslims in Syria, I would do something here." And so the prosecution alleged that this young man, 26-year-old, decided to embark on a plot to kill an MP, and this was a plot some years in its endeavour in trying to scope out potential targets. There was not just Sir David Amess that he was looking at, also Michael Gove, the Cabinet Secretary, and the Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab were in his sights for a time, as was the Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer. In the end, he settled on Sir David Amess, a very soft target according to the prosecution, an MP, very popular in his home constituency, who always made himself available for his constituents, and it was that avenue that this young man exploited, according to the prosecution, to get down to Leigh-on-Sea to murder this MP. As I say, we're expecting that the jury could be sent out as early as lunchtime today.
Good stuff, Mark. Thank you very much. Mark White there, of course, our Home and Security editor.